BeatStars talk about that new black power. Did it all start with a little white powder? From the 80s age of the cocaine, now we on a different page in a different campaign. What is all this talk that be coming from the stars? It was late at night when I saw one pause. What up, awesome avatars? Another beautiful day. This is Nice Conversation Season 2 called New Beginnings. And I got myself a black melanin Oregon pyramid. So powerful, so divine, so pure. I am considered the Black Goku. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But I want to get into this right now. Let me cut this off real quick. This is on airplane mode so I don't get no radiation. I'm gonna put this, we'll put this right here. Because we want that to charge, because Oregon energy charges. But this episode is about the mother, the goddess, the one and only Sofia. Yes, we're getting into this. I'm so excited to talk about this because out of all the wisdom and all the knowledge and all the human history, all that crazy from the giants to the Toltecs to the Stonehenges to the Atlanteans to us, none of that would have happened without Sofia. Boom! We're going to Hyperborea. That's where we're going. Last episode I was talking about Aryans and the Indigo Children. I told you I was going to tell you what's going to happen after all this happens. And guess what? We are going to Hyperborea. That is where we're going, and that's where we're heading to. And I'm gonna break that down today. Awesome avatar, let's breathe in that abundance. And let out the happiness. Because today is Sofia. Today we're talking about the goddess Sofia and how and what and and who is Sofia. What are you talking about, Tim? So nice, you're acting too nice. You know what? I'm gonna break it down for you. This is the episode called Sofia, the mother of all, and the mother of fathers and all of that. So let's break down Sofia. Sofia is a teaching that came from the Gnostics, but ultimately it came from us, okay? So it's a beautiful teaching, and if you go into history, they always hide the mother goddess all the time because they don't want people to know about the divine feminine. And you know what? Today's the day where I break that out. I'm breaking the barrier. Just like on Forex, you know, I'm gonna get into a video about Forex too, you know, trading and all that. We're gonna do that breakthrough, right? We're gonna break and hit those profits, right? And I mean profit as in I am a prophet, you know? So Sofia, boom. So in the Gnostics, let's just get right into it here. Awesome avatars. Sofia started before all this happened, okay? So in the Gnostic teachings, this is the Gnostic teachings, you can look it up, all right? So there is before matter, before earth, before stars, before planets, before constellations, before all this shish kebab going on about what is what and all this like physical eye, you can only see with these two eyes, right? There was the eons, okay? Now the eons, you can look that up, look up the eons, A-E-O-N-S. These aeons were the original founders of the universe, all right? And I know a lot of people are into star seeds and star races, and y'all talk about Palladians to armadillos. I mean, Armidian or whatever, and then the Lyrians, and then Aryans, you know, all that crazy star race stuff. Before all that shit, there was the eons, okay? This is facts, okay? Personality is what created us. How do I know that? Well, look at our astrology. You know, you're a Sagittarius, you're a Virgo, you're a Pisces, you're a Taurus, you're a Leo, you're a Scorpio. And why is that? Because we are personalities. So we gotta break this down because nobody understands. Woo! We're about to break this down. So here we go. Let's go. So in the beginning of all, I'm not gonna say time because time wasn't created yet. Ooh, you guys don't even know about that. I'm gonna break this shit. Okay? Before the beginning of all, okay, in the beginning of all, there was the eons, okay? There was one called the source, all right? But around the source, there was personalities, all right? And this is all divine order. This ain't, there was no negative and positive. This is all divine order. So and this eons, they had bliss, they had love, they had sovereignty, they had all these positive personalities. Personalities created everything. You have to understand that, all right? Personalities is what made who we are. Personality, reality, person, I'm a person, and ality, okay? Personality, reality, boom. So you have you had the one, quote unquote, the father, aka no father. It was just the all. There was no father. It was just literally the one, okay? The one spread it out and created personalities all over the universe. No, not universe, sorry. This is not the universe yet. This is before the universe. So this is basically, this is the one. And in this dawn of time, sorry, it's hard to speak this way because it's so far out, you know what I'm saying? So before the dawn of all, there was the eons. So bliss was the one prior to that ascension, okay? After bliss, there was wisdom. Wisdom came out of the eons, right? This is literally, there's no physical form, there's no matter, there's no nothing. There's no trees, none of that was going on yet, okay? None of this. Me, none of that was going on yet. It was this personality. Stay with me here, okay? And then wisdom was created, not created, but manifested through the one. And wisdom was beautiful. Wisdom was divine. And guess what wisdom was? It was feminine. This is the beginning. Feminine came out. Boom, wisdom. Guess who that wisdom, the eons called that Sofia. Because Sofia, if you look at any women, any divine, it doesn't even matter, mother to daughter to nieces, all the feminine energy on this earth, they're always caregivers, okay? They're always caregivers. I don't care what you say. Even in this COVID-19, if you have, you know, another counterpart, a fixed sign of yourself in a relationship, or just you look at your mom, your auntie, they all come from a caregiving mentality. Now, if it's like fathers and dads and they don't have, they can be caregivers, but they're more like, I have to go get it, more linear, okay? Feminine energy is a very circular motion, like a Fibonacci sequence, okay? Okay? So, Sofia was the beginning of all of this, okay? Sofia literally made wisdom. Wisdom was first, and then sprouted out a goddess. And her name was Sofia. Remember her name, okay? Sofia, then, okay, in the Gnostic teaching it says Sofia was so into like, oh my gosh, thank you eons. Thank you all the personalities for creating me. I'm so thankful. Oh man, I just want to care about everything, because guess what? It's the direct personality of what women are today. From Cleopatra to Isis to Iris to I don't care whatever divine feminine prophet was before us, it was Sofia, Gaia. All right, get me now? So Sofia was like, oh my goodness, thank you so much eons, I'm so happy, I love you so much, I want to just do so much for you. And the eons were just looking and triumphant. They were just like, wow, look how divine and beautiful, because they didn't know nothing else but be happy and divine. Remember, these personalities were all positive personalities. They didn't know nothing about what I'm about to get into. So Sofia came out from this divine energy, and she was like, oh man, I love this energy, thank you so much. This is grateful, she's so grateful. And then out of nowhere, she was like, oh, the one, I wanna duplicate you so much, because I know that you are so divine, and I wanna use my wisdom to create the one myself. I wanna duplicate the one. And the one's not gonna stop her, because they don't do that. They're so divine. They're like, you know what, do your thing. Nobody in the eons, that's what we do. But they were so in tune and so interested about wisdom that they created the wisdom. And Sofia, the goddess, they're like, wow, I wonder what wisdom will do, because wisdom is a brand new personality that was formed through the founders of the universe, and we want to figure that out. We want to see what this does, right? Boom, this is what happened, this is why we're here. I'm gonna break it down for you. So wisdom, Sofia was like, I want to duplicate the one. I want to do it, so I'm going to do it. And then with just her thought, she didn't have to go out and make a tree and plant a seed. That was, matter wasn't here. The thought of her saying that in her head, okay, or her deity made her emanate time, which was the sun, okay? She made a son of herself, okay? This is the mother to the son, literally is the same shit. Mother Sofia created the sun, and guess what the sun was? Boom! The sun, the exact thing that gives us life, the exact thing that gives us energy, the exact thing that gives us everything. It gives us without the sun, we won't be able to charge anything. Guess that's so, look at this. Look at you. Thank you. Exactly. Precisely. Okay? Sofia made the sun. And then Sofia was like, oh man, I'm so happy. I made the sun. You're so beautiful, son. I love you so much, son. But guess what? What she didn't know, wisdom is a personality that has curiosity, right? So curiosity emanated time. If you reverse the word emit, just spell it out with me. Emit. E-M-I-T. Okay? Emit. She emitted the sun. If you put the E-M-I-T, reverse that word, what will it spell out? I'll give you a second. Time. Time was created through her. She made time by emitting this energy. And guess what happened with time? What is time? Is it a singularity? No. Time is a split, right? So there's split personalities. Guess what the sun did? The sun became the demiurge. The demiurge is considered, you know, I don't want to say it out loud too much, but the demiurge is what the masculine energy came out of through archonic, so the demiurge basically came out from the sun. So the sun, Sofia was like, oh son, I made you, son. Look at the eon, son. I made you a duplicate of the one. What? Guess what the sun did? This is what the Gnostics say. The sun looked at the demiurge. And the demiurge looked at the Sofia, the sun, right? If you ever, this is what the Gnostics say. In a good time of the day, look at the sun, and you'll see a dark sun. I can see it right now. If I look into the sun right now, I can see a dark sun inside of the sun. Okay, there's like a darker like sun inside of the sun. Some might say, oh, that's just science. No, stop. Okay, inside the sun, okay, there's a darker sun. And in the Gnostics say, Sofia is the black sun, the black goddess, the one that came from the dark that emanated light, right? Okay, she's stuck inside of her own sun. So when you see the sun in the middle of the evening, okay, and you can look at it, there's gonna be a dark ring, a dark circle inside the light. That's Sofia, trapped inside of her own light. We're saving her. This is the whole point of the indigos waking up. We're saving the goddess. Okay, this is why feminine energy is all over us right now. Let me bring it back though. Whoa, that was too much for you. Let's breathe in that abundance, let out the happiness. Okay, awesome avatar talking about Sofia, the goddess of all. Okay, boom, here we go. And then after, when she created the sun was like, you know what, mother? I'm gonna do everything I wanna do. Like, imagine if you had a son and he was just an asshole. He was just like, no, mom, I wanna do this. No, mom, I wanna do that. That was the sun. And Sofia was like, son, why would you be this way? Don't do this. You're gonna mess up the whole divine order. And guess what? He was like, well, fuck you, mom. And literally duality hit. He was like, I am the demiurge. And there's literally, in the Gnostics, it shows like a serpent / human form sitting on a throne and was just like, I am now the god of all gods. So that's where God came from. I'm gonna let that marinate. Yep, it takes a lot to absorb that, but yes, that's where God came from. God had an ego to say, I created all, okay? You weren't the original one, because the one wasn't a male or a female, it was just what it was. Sofia came out of that. Sofia made the wisdom came first, then Sofia, and then Sofia made the demiurge. Out of curiosity, out of wisdom, because she was so brand new to this personality, she was so happy over thousands of eons, she was just like, and then boom. So when the demiurge was like, no mom, I'm gonna start duality, and she splitted this two singularity cells, and boom, it's in science as well, you know, he started time, the father clock, the father of time, all these little terminologies that they used for thousands of years, the father clock, the father time, the father clock, the father time. That's the demiurge. All right, he twisted emanation and made time. Emit, time. Emit backwards is time. Get me now? So when he did all this, he trapped his own mom inside of his own light, because his mom didn't know what the hell this was. She didn't have the power to realize what she did, because she was so divine. Imagine a mom. You can explain this with any feminine energy on earth. It's easy for a masculine energy to manipulate a feminine energy if it's not nurtured correctly, because feminine energy comes from love. Okay, it's not the women of the world's fault to be like that. That's just what Sofia was. That's a personality trait. Personality. You get me now? We came from that. That's why we have to break this shit and get out of here. And I am a divine masculine and a divine feminine. I am the one that will help this shift. You awesome avatars will help Sofia get out of this bullshit, okay? Literally, the bull and the shit. We're gonna break out of the shits and go into a higher shift. All right? So after that, the demiurge was like, oh, I'm creating, ha ha ha. I got my fucking staff, and I'm gonna start doing all this stupid shit. And guess what happened? Sofia was like, no, son. And she started falling and falling. And guess what was created out of her fall? Gaia, Mother Earth. This is why all of this is here. That's why we're able to do all these things, because her personality fell into the 3D world, because this world I was talking about was in the 9D, okay? In the 3D world, and it created the third dimension, okay? The third dimension was created through her fall. If you watch the movie Avatar, it breaks that down. Like, you know, it kind of shows a world where everything was, the trees were more like taller, humans were more bigger, you know? So when things started manifesting, the demiurge was like, oh, I want to manifest and do all these stuff, and Sofia had to fall down. And like I said, she's inside the light sun, you know. Sofia was like, she got trapped inside the sun. So now you have a earth that's very beautiful. All right, earth is heart. If you put the H in front, if you put earth, if you spell out earth and you put the H in front of the E, what does that spell out? It's the heart. It's the heart of Sofia, okay? So the heart came out, and then earth was manifested, correct? Through Sofia and through the, you know, the demiurge and him, the sun, trying to be better than her. It's masculine energy. It is what it is. It's just what we went through. We were literally going through the evolution of duality, evolution of density, evolution of Sofia, basically. Bringing her back from wisdom to the eternal spirit of love, right? Boom. Okay, so there you go. Now we have the earth, and the earth is here, and the earth was manifested through Gaia, which was Sofia, and now after a period of time, guess what happened? Like I said in the last video, Polaria came in, Polarians, like, so in Gnostics they say that when Sofia fell, her children fell with her. Not only did the demiurge was creating his, like, you know, evil tactics and like the archonic energy, and that's where a lot of people talk about like a lot of different species like reptilian and archons and demons and devils, like that all came from the demiurge, because it wasn't like you know, it wasn't like it was evolution. That's just what happened when wisdom split and Sofia with curiosity created the demiurge. Then you had all these like of course you're gonna have like vibrations like that, but it's all the same thing. Like evil and good came from the mother, okay? It was a split in duality, okay? So it was like, the earth was like the movie Avatar, and then you had the beings come in and take over and conquer, and in all reality it didn't even have to manifest this way. You know what I'm saying? It only manifests this way through the curiosity of wisdom. So boom, the Avatar world. And so that's why in the last video I didn't talk about Pangea, but Pangea came right after the fall of Atlantis. Okay, that's when the continent split, and it became like a one continent thing. It was the dawn of that time, and then you had what's going on here, and then the split of reality. Okay, so boom, that's what happened with Sofia. And so one thing I want to talk about in this whole timeline here, aka the opposite of emit, which is emitting, right? Emit backwards is time, like I said, right? There's a lot of miscontroversy and misconstrued information about a lot of things we know nowadays, and it's gonna be crazy when I break this down. It's gonna trip you out, so hear me out. So the word Lucifer, right? Okay, so in the dawn of time, to the Greek mythology, to all these times, they were talking about like, oh, Lucifer, right? So if like literally like how the demiurge, when he did his thing, he dumbed down his mother. okay? Like I said, the sun, inside the sun, if you look at the sun, there's a darker circle inside the sun, okay? That is Sofia trapped as a black sun. She's the black mother of all. When I mean black, if you want to get into that, you can watch my episode of who we really are. I went into the Moors. I talked about what that means. Like, we are, every species is black. I'm not talking about like color of skin. I'm literally talking about the control of color, all right? So we're all the mother of Sofia, right? So the dark sun is getting hidden behind the light sun, which is her sun, okay? She created the sun. She created all this. All this matter stuff was created through her and wisdom. Yes, the eon was above her, but they wasn't wisdom. Like I said, personalities were different. There was in a lot of like ancient times, they talk about the 144,000s, right? The anointed ones and all these enlightened ones, right? So if in the Gnostics, it talks about when Sofia fell, she brought her children with her, and the children were the 144, the 144,000s. Now this doesn't mean like it could mean like literal numbers, but like actuality, it means like 1 + 4 + 4 equals what? 9. 9 in the spectrum of the universe means completion, okay? So she brought her completion, her children here, all right? And they spread it into the earth. And guess who those children are? Yep, you got it right, awesome avatars. It's us, you and me. We are the 144 from Sofia being broken out of the matrix, which is, in Greek mythology, matrix means matrix. Look up the word matrix, M-I-T-R-I-C-E. Look it up, it's crazy. I will get into that later about the matrix and all that, because that's a different video. But I'm gonna end this video really soon. I just want to talk about Sofia and how she basically like came down and all this started happening. And of course, after that happened, you had the Polarians, the Hyberians, the Lumerians, you know, the Atlanteans. All that happened. All that wouldn't have happened without the split of personality that happened in the eons. You feel me? So back to Lucifer. A long time ago, they used the word Lucifer to basically like destroy the women. Okay, if you look, they like women have been in so like, okay, one thing you guys this is a fact, okay, big fact. When they talk about like black people and they talk about like aboriginals getting like destroyed and stuff, okay, that's true, that's fact. If you want to go into that, I talked about in my other video. But one thing that nobody talks about is the control that women had to deal with. Women has been in control for 400,000 years. Before that, there was literally a matriarchal system, okay? Patriarchy destroyed everything. That's just a fact. And that's the same story as Sofia and the goddess, and you know, the whole Sofia thing. It's the same shit, okay? So women have been in captivity in the mind. I'm not talking about physically. Like the women don't have power really in this world. It sucks, because that's gonna change. It sucks, but guess what? We're gonna change that shit, because that's why we're here, right? Awesome avatars. We're going back to divine feminine and divine masculine. It is what it is. Nothing can happen. That's just, the universe is gonna let that happen no matter what. That's why we just have to just live every day and be happy, be grateful, and be abundant and be awesome. So the word Lucifer, if you slow down that word, slow it down. If you slow down Lucifer and said Lucifer, guess what it sounds like? Sofia. Yeah, exactly. Sofia was twisted to Lucifer over time to dumb down the divine feminine. It's a fact, okay? Another thing that people don't understand, like, I'm gonna break down the whole Satan and the Lucifer thing. Satan is literally the control that the planets created. The word Saturn started with the word Satan, okay? You take the UR out of Saturn, okay, and you put an A in there. What does that say? That's Saturn, Satan. Because Saturn has its own electrical magnetic pulse. It pulses. If you look at Saturn, it pulses. The rings around Saturn, scientifically, scientists are saying that there's literally an electrical magnetic receiver from those rings, okay? Though that whole planet was created through the demiurge, okay? The demiurge he created time to control and trap us in this world, and trap Sofia. So Saturn, original word of Satan is Saturn. You can look it up. Greek mythology. Greeks literally invented all the words that we're so afraid to break out of. And we gotta stop this shit. This shit is done. I'm done with that whole Greek control. It's over. You're done. I'm out of it. Your awesome avatars are out of it. Because of me saying it, you're out of it. Realize the true. Real eyes, okay? What is real? What is eyes? Realize, okay? The words we use in the English dictionary are all twisted. It's all misconstrued. Lucifer was Sophia. That's why the masculine energy came in and dumbed down all the women. That's why they did a lot of fuck shit to our women. Because they use words to twist us. I mean, if you don't believe me, you can look this shit up. I don't care if you don't believe me or not. It's just, it's obvious shit, okay? The word planet, okay? It's a plan network. It's not, doesn't mean like a planet. Oh, we're in a planet. We're in a planet. No. They plan to create a network. Guess what the network is? AI, okay? Cyborg, control. Guess what we're in right now? Exactly. We're in a world of AI. Supposedly there's thousands of satellites, but okay, so boom, okay? Saturn has a receiver of the rings of Saturn, and when the rings come in, guess where it hits? It hits the moon. And guess what the moon is? A satellite. It receives energy here. It controls souls, okay? And this is why we have to break this. We have to stop with this whole like we don't know nothing. Cause like basically what we are is rats in a cage. What do you do to a rat in a cage? Okay? If a rat is angry and frustrated, what does it want? It wants to have sex, right? So we throw a female rat in there. Oh, here you go, humans. Have a female, have sex. What else do they do? Oh, they're hungry. Oh, we have to feed them. Oh, humans, you need food? Here you go. Okay, but we're not really free. We can't do what we want in Atlantis. Like, it took time. It took time to break us down. Because like I said, Atlantis, we were so advanced because we were closer to our beginning of time. Our beginning of Sophia. Okay, that's why right now we're really controlled. That's why a lot of people control us really hard, because this is their moment. The demiurge children, the people of the demiurge moment to keep feeding us evilness and all this stuff. Now, when I talk about feminine energy, I'm not talking about all women. I'm not talking about women and men. I'm literally talking about the feminine energy and masculine energy. The Queen Elizabeth, she's straight up masculine energy. She's not feminine at all. Okay, there's a lot of evil women in this world, of course. You know what? The one who rules the world of masculine energy could be a woman, Queen Elizabeth. But that doesn't mean she's a divine feminine. These are energetic vortexes. I'm talking about, people, not physical form. Okay, I'm talking about energy. Divine feminine is an energy. Divine masculine is an energy. It's not about you being a male or a female. No, anybody can be masculine. Anybody can be feminine. Okay, boom. So those are two words that was misconstrued over time, and you can see how a lot of that is happening today. So the word Saturn was Satan. You are a Satan. If you put U and R into Satan, guess what you have? You have Saturn. So there's a lot of misconstrued words. Lucifer was Sophia. Now I'm not telling you to go out there and tell everybody, oh, guess what Tim said? He said Lucifer, Sophia. No, because it might mess up your social currency. But to me, I don't really give a fuck about it. I'm literally telling you the facts, okay? You can take it how you want it, but if you want to go out there and do all that, that's on you. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying, if this resonates with you, yeah, oh yeah, go out there, make a video about it, and see if your people will accept it. Don't like do it because of me though, okay? I'm just telling you facts, all right? Me and my Oregon pyramid here are just having a great time in the sun. And although I said the sun was, you know, the demiurge, I'm looking past the sun. I'm looking at the dark sun. Every time I breathe in and breathe out, I'm literally talking about the black sun, Sophia. I breathe in the black sun because I know the light can be misconstrued. You can get blinded by the light a lot. So that being said, awesome avatars, that's the story of Sophia. That's how we are Sophia's children. And you know, we're going back into helping her into her shift and going back to reality, to the real spirituality of who we are as divine energy. Okay, going back to the eons, right? So that being said, let's breathe in that abundance and let out the happiness. Awesome avatars, have a good rest of your day. My name is SoNice. This is New Beginnings season 2. Well, season 2, New Beginnings. And I love y'all. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Peace, love, prosperity, health to y'all. Make sure to drink your water every morning. I'm out. Peace.
Baptized me in the mud. Wrist me down, lift me up. Miracles on a hush. Cause we about had enough. Notifications for no registrations be up here rising. Let go of frustrations and all the litigations, we all in alarm.